There comes a point when strength is no longer about muscle, but about mastery of the self, when your mind becomes so still, so disciplined, that chaos itself bows in silence. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated samurai, understood this long before modern psychology gave it a name. To him, victory was not in the sword, but in the mind that wields it. The true battle was never against an enemy. It was against impulse, fear, and ego. He wrote, "Control your anger. If you lose your temper, your opponent will defeat you." That wasn't about fighting duels. It was about life, where most people lose every day to emotions they never learned to master. The Stoics taught the same truth. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Both paths, the Stoic and the samurai, lead to one summit: inner invincibility. It begins when you stop reacting to everything, when insults stop shaking you, when rejection stops defining you, when fear stops steering your decisions. At that point, you become something rare, someone who moves with calm precision while others chase noise and chaos. Musashi once said, "You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain." To him, discipline wasn't about narrow rigidity, it was about clarity, knowing who you are and what you stand for, no matter the terrain. He lived a life of solitude, not because he hated people, but because he sought stillness. Silence sharpens perception, and perception, Musashi believed, was the root of strategy, the ability to see what others miss because they're distracted by emotion. The Stoics would call this apatheia, not indifference, but freedom from emotional enslavement. It's not that you feel nothing, it's that nothing owns you. Musashi's invincible mind was built on this principle. Control yourself, and no one can control you. That is the highest form of strength. And it's the foundation of everything that follows. Because before you can master any weapon, the sword, the pen, or your own life, you must first master the battlefield within. Most people think strength is loud, about dominance, force, and control. But true strength moves in silence. Musashi lived this truth. He carried no luxury, no followers, no attachment to comfort. He wandered alone, writing, fighting, reflecting, because he knew stillness is where vision sharpens. Noise, clouds, judgment. Stillness reveals truth. In Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius would wake each morning and write his meditations, not for others, but for himself, a quiet ritual of alignment. Musashi did the same, carving discipline into every moment of his day. Both men sought mastery over the same enemy, distraction. Musashi wrote, "The ultimate aim of martial arts is not having to use them." In other words, control so complete that you never need to prove it. That is the essence of stillness. When your peace is so firm that no insult, loss, or failure can disturb it. When your inner calm becomes your armor. In modern life, people chase noise, validation, applause, arguments, attention. They move faster, but see less. They speak louder, but say nothing. They react instantly, but rarely reflect. Musashi's way was the opposite. He practiced restraint, not weakness, but wisdom. He waited, watched, and struck only when necessary. The Stoics taught the same principle. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Stillness clears that fog. It separates what's happening from what your mind invents. Every Stoic, every warrior, every person who seeks truth must walk this same path. The path of stillness is not passive. It's the deepest kind of strength, choosing calm in a world that profits from your chaos. Musashi's invincibility wasn't built on aggression. It was built on awareness. He understood that stillness is strategy, and strategy is survival. To master your life, you must first master your mind. To master your mind, you must learn to be still, because the calmest person in the room is always the one in control. Discipline is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters, especially when you don't feel like it. Musashi didn't wait for motivation. He trained with no audience, no reward, no recognition. Day after day, he refined his form until movement became instinct. He understood a truth most people never learn. Motivation is emotion. Discipline is structure. Emotion fades. Structure endures. When he picked up his sword, he didn't think, "I must be great today." He thought, "I must be precise." Every swing, every stance, every pause was deliberate. In Stoicism, Seneca said, "We suffer because we dream of ease." Musashi trained to destroy that dream. He built strength not from comfort, but from constancy. That's what modern warriors have forgotten. They seek shortcuts, dopamine hits disguised as progress. They start strong, then vanish when discomfort appears. Musashi's discipline was different. He built his routine on what could not be broken, the habit of showing up, whether tired, sick, injured, or alone. The ritual never stopped. He knew that every time you skip a day, you train the mind to accept weakness. And every time you persist, you train it to reject defeat. That is the true purpose of repetition, not to build perfection, but permanence. In Musashi's life, repetition forged identity. He didn't train to fight. He trained to become the fight itself. No separation between the man and his method. The Stoics called this arete, excellence lived, not performed. It's not about being the best. It's about being complete. So aligned with your purpose, that hesitation disappears. Discipline is not punishment. It is freedom. Freedom from chaos, from weakness, from regret. Musashi once said, "You can only fight the way you practice." So he practiced as if every moment were life or death, because one day it would be. That's the warrior's secret. The world sees strength as dominance, but real strength is devotion. Devotion to a path so demanding, it transforms you. And when that transformation is complete, you no longer do discipline. You are discipline. There comes a stage in strength where muscle no longer matters, where the real battle begins, not with the world, but with the mind. Musashi called it Hyoshin, the still mind, a mind that doesn't tremble when chaos rises, a mind that acts without hesitation, like water flowing around a rock. He wrote, "At the moment of combat, your mind must be the same as it is when you drink tea. No tension, no fear, only awareness." For Musashi, stillness wasn't weakness, it was precision. To act without panic, to remain grounded when the air around you turns electric. Most people confuse control with suppression. They believe calm means forcing emotion down. But Musashi and the Stoics understood, true calm isn't the absence of emotion, it's the absence of reaction. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Musashi lived that truth. He trained not to avoid fear, but to coexist with it until fear lost its power. That's the paradox of mastery. The moment you stop fighting your emotions, they stop controlling you. When the duel began, his opponent's heart raced. Musashi's heartbeat didn't change. While others shook under adrenaline, he moved like wind through tall grass, aware but untouched. In modern life, this same principle applies. The argument with your boss, the silence from someone you love, the uncertainty about your future. These are today's duels. When you learn to breathe through them, to feel without reacting, you start to glimpse Hyoshin. Stillness becomes your weapon. Calm becomes your armor. You stop being controlled by the moment. You begin controlling it. The Stoics called this apatheia, not indifference, but inner invulnerability. A state where your peace no longer depends on what happens, but on who you've become. Musashi didn't conquer his enemies. He conquered the chaos inside himself. And that is why no one could defeat him. Because how do you break someone who cannot be moved? A strong mind inside a weak body is like a sword left to rust, sharp once, but useless when tested. Musashi understood this. He wrote, "Train the body as if your life depends on it, because one day it might." He didn't seek comfort. He sought capacity. His philosophy was simple. When the body hardens, the mind steadies. When the body is fragile, so is the spirit. Lucas, the man walking Musashi's path, had built consistency. Push-ups every day. No excuses. His mind was calmer, but his body had never faced true hardship. Musashi wouldn't have called that strength. He would have called it practice. So Lucas decided to do what most people avoid, to go beyond what he believed possible. 100 push-ups every single day. No rest days. No skipping. No matter how long it took. Day 1, 45 minutes of struggle. Day 5, pain. Day 10, doubt. Day 15, warnings from his wife. Day 30, 100 push-ups in 12 minutes. No breaks, no hesitation. But what transformed wasn't just his body. It was his identity. He stopped asking, "Can I do it?" and started saying, "It will be done." Musashi called this Sen-I no Michi, the way of the warrior. It isn't about strength or talent. It's about removing the idea that there are limits at all. He said, "You win battles by knowing the enemy's timing and your own." And often, the enemy is your own hesitation. When you prove to yourself that pain can't stop you, you stop negotiating with effort. You simply move. That's what Stoicism and the way of the sword have in common. Neither seeks comfort. Both seek control. You don't train because it's easy. You train because life won't wait for you to be ready. Musashi's secret wasn't motivation. It was repetition. Repetition until the act became instinct. Until effort turned into nature. And that's where Lucas finally understood, you don't build strength in the gym. You build it in the moments you want to quit and don't. Zanshin means the mind that remains. It's not about the strike. It's about what comes after. It's the awareness that lingers when the sword has stopped moving, when the danger seems gone, but the warrior's mind stays sharp. This is the essence of true strength, a calm that never sleeps. Most people relax when the challenge ends. The Stoic warrior stays alert, not from fear, but from understanding that life is never truly still. Zanshin is the space between reaction and response, the quiet readiness that keeps your spirit steady, no matter what life throws at you. When you master Zanshin, you stop being controlled by the world. You flow with it, and in that flow, you find the kind of peace that no one can disturb. Mushin means no mind. It's not emptiness in the sense of nothingness. It's the absence of noise, the quiet after you've conquered yourself. When Musashi fought, he wasn't thinking about victory or defeat. He wasn't calculating or hesitating. He had trained his body and mind until thought was no longer needed. Action flowed like water. Purpose guided every movement without resistance. This is what the Stoics called apatheia, freedom from disturbance, not because the world is calm, but because you are. To reach this state, you must strip away everything unnecessary: ego, fear, overthinking, pride. What remains is clarity. And in that clarity, you move not from emotion, but from truth. That is Mushin, the unshakable peace of a warrior who no longer fights himself. True strength isn't loud. It doesn't flex. It doesn't seek to prove. It simply is. Musashi understood this, that the highest form of mastery is stillness. A man who no longer needs to fight because his presence alone commands respect. In Stoicism, this is the summit: to live with logos, to act with reason, to move with purpose, and to rest without guilt. The one who conquers others may be strong, but the one who conquers himself is unstoppable. So when your emotions rise, when life feels chaotic, when people try to shake your peace, remember, the calm man always wins. That's the essence of Musashi. That's the soul of Stoicism. Be like still water, reflective, grounded, and impossible to break.